Hello, my name is Melissa Thill. Thank you for watching our video series regarding the fight for a Texas historical marker for the lynching of George Hughes in the Sherman Riot of 1930. On May 9, 1930, George Hughes was accused of sexually assaulting a white woman. He was brought here to the Grayson County Courthouse, but he would never have his day in court. A mob of about 5,000 people gathered at the courthouse. They broke in, they burned the courthouse to the ground with George Hughes locked in a vault. After the courthouse burned, they retrieved Hughes's body, they tied him to the back of a car, and they drug him to Mulberry Street, where the Black Business District was located. George Hughes was hung from a tree, he was mutilated and burned, and then the Black Business District was destroyed. In Sherman, Texas, there was martial law declared for 2 weeks. This was one of the largest race riots of the 1930s, and yet there is no mention or recognition of this historical but tragic event at the courthouse. Right now we have 8 Texas historical markers located at this very courthouse, but nothing to commemorate or recognize what happened to George Hughes and the destruction of the Black Business District. We hope you enjoy this video series. Stay tuned at the end for how you can help and for more information.
Well, the troubling part is that in leaving that door open, or closed if you will, then it leaves it open for the question to be put in place, which shouldn't even exist if it was managed properly to begin with. And so here we are talking about it a couple of months after it's been brought to larger attention, and still talking about it, and what seems to be obfuscation, walking away from the event, or walking away from the issue rather than addressing it and giving it its proper response. It's actually adding more insult to injury, and that's what's troubling. It's 2021. Under the current set of events that we've experienced in the last few years, it's unbelievable that we would even have to have this discussion. And I'm an embracing type of a person, willing to go the extra mile to meet and extend a hand to somebody. So in business, I have to keep my door open and be open to all kinds of people, regardless of their economic status, situation of life, whatever the case may be. And this event kind of puts a stain on that. And it's unnecessary. Well, if nothing else, it should be brought immediately to the next open commissioners meeting, and at least given its proper place. Place it on the agenda, let it come up as a matter of business, and allow all sides to speak on it and further their conversation. That's the start. It's a difficult position to be in from the commissioner's side, because it's a glaring truth that no one wants to rip the Band-Aid off of. But on the other side, it's a truth that can't be ignored either. And that's more conflicting than the governmental side of it. Not to mention the message that it sends out to others from outside of this community, and how they're going to view folks who live here. Because there are issues that underlie everything that runs through not just Grayson County, but throughout parts of the state or other parts of the country that sometimes are ignored. And this seems to be ignored. And that's where it piqued my interest. Yeah, there's certain areas of Texas that I certainly wouldn't move into because of the reputations they have. I'm not saying that occurs here. I'm just saying that's certainly something that we are going to consider. Definitely. I can only speak to what's happened to me. But I'm also a curious type. I ask others. So I asked others in the Hispanic community, for example. Part of my job is to go out and take pictures of people's homes while they're in whatever state. So, you know, you may run into a construction crew, what have you, and somehow the conversation comes up, you know, about el jefe. How does a jefe treat you? You know, he treats me okay. But he's always the jefe, right? Yeah. You know, so there's a different way to act in front of the jefe. What I'm trying to say is there's an undercurrent of racism that exists, and I'm not one who looks for that, but it exists, and I see it because I'm coming from outside and seeing it differently from those who are already here. Judge Majors, I don't understand what the delay is in having a voice heard here in Commissioner's Court on this matter. It's a simple no-brainer, and it's turning into a big deal. Doesn't need to be. Let it be heard.